Hello and welcome back to the Homegrown Challenge with the Toronto Rams. I apologize. It's been, I think, 2 weeks now since I've uploaded, but I've just been, around doing things. But I'm back at it. I'm gonna get back into the grind now, and we're gonna continue on here in 2029 with the Toronto Rams, our best season yet, 18-82, and we're continuing our stellar, if that is even a word I can use, season here. Just a little recap for those of us who haven't played in 2 weeks. It's a good season here for Ki Jin Yu, although he is injured. Good seasons for Yamasaki and Sheng Zai on their first seasons with the team, and also Hiroshi Hamada at center field. First pitching wise, Medina's having the best season of his career. He's been an all-star for us, 32. And we have Juan Cervantes as well, having his quality of season that he had last year. And just solid starting pitching. Bullpen still needs some work. So does our lineup, but we're not horrible, and we're first in strikeouts. So we strike out a lot of people, but we also let in a lot of runs. Starters ERA isn't last, which is something, I guess, to be happy about. But yeah, let's continue here with the Rams. We just finished the draft, first-year player draft, negotiate with draftees. So I think a couple of these guys, Vicente Herrera especially, I'm going to have to send. They're not going to start in rookie ball, but that's, obvious. So I'll get back to you at the trading deadline or just whenever something pops up. And the first bit of news is Ki Jin Yu is out for 2 weeks with intercostal strain. Not exactly sure what he strained, but that's going to keep him out for 2 weeks. So we'll find a replacement to call up and continue on. Alright, it is August 1st. We are 21-99, and another promising player development update here. Ryan Sloan with a lot of increases to his ability. CJ Sampson seeing similar. Gene Pierce is down, unfortunately. Cameron Haynes getting a nice plus there. Everett Johnson now to a 2-star player in AA. Slade Caldwell, potential up to a 2.5 star. Sorto in Class A getting a nice overall bump, although he is injured for 3 months. PV also up. Lots of good stuff. Kennedy, now a 1-star player. Sean Gamble now to a 2-star player. Really great stuff here. Jim Mungo now an 100 rating shortstop. So even though his bat isn't really contributing at the high A level, he is contributing a whole lot of WAR. So Jim Mungo, still love what I see from Racetrack Jim Mungo. Well, it is August 23rd, and we've gone on a bit of a win streak. You can see here on our division graph, it's been basically a plummet. Each of the first 6 seasons we've been here, Toru Miyamoto out for, that's a long time. But for the first time ever, we have a little bit of a jagged spot. We've stopped the nosedive just a little bit, and we've gotten on a little bit of a win-loss record here. As you can see, that showed by our Twins series of recent, but that will be happily taken from us. Pitching war's up, batting war's up. I mean, these are decent wars for players. Finally, showing some success, some happiness in our players and across the organization. You can see FCL Blue Jays as always dominant. Dunedin not so much, but these are respectable win-loss records, and that's why you can see our players finally starting to develop, because they're not angry they're losing every day. So I'll keep you guys in touch as we continue to move forward, but it's looking very, very good. And look at this, it is another player development update. Jesus Carrillo struggling as a starter this year. Unfortunate to see a drop from there, but a lot of pluses. We have Ryan Sloan going up to 2 stars. some Dexter Rex development. Dealman Fielder. He could be starting in the. He could be starting in the MLB pretty soon. Roussel Shepard as well, seeing some big improvements to his second base position. He's not doing great in high A this year, though. Contreras also getting an increase a little bit, although still not the best high A player. This guy's doing well, Luis. Really good stuff to see. Jim Mungo as well. Defensive rating at shortstop, that scares me. That's not what happened. What is... Huh? I'm a little confused by that, but I don't think that's anything at all. His potential's going up, though. Also, it is September 9th, and we have nearly tied... Well, we were looking to break our record of last season, 32 wins. We're going to be north of that. It's looking like this season with a big charge towards the end right there. One player to look out at here is Rodolfo Morales. He is hitting at, the Mendoza line, but he's also hitting 41 home runs. I told you he'd hit 40 home runs, and he is one home run away from leading the American League. So hopefully we'll see him get to that. It's going to be close down to the line, as we only have a couple more weeks left in this season. So, we might as well take you through it. Rodolfo Morales just behind Xavier Isaac, now up to 42, up to 43, as we end with 34 wins. And Rodolfo Morales has herniated his back, so that's going to end his season, as well as Fidel Orzorco's. So I'll get back in a couple days when we're done the season. So that ends the season, but for the first time in our history, we have a home run champion. Rodolfo Morales hits 44 home runs, getting injured on the last day of the season. Orzorco's out for 6 weeks, but that ends the season. We finished 35 and 127, our best season to date. Ji-Hoo Kim, unfortunately, I called him up from AA, struggling, but he should right the ship next year, I would hope. And yeah, that's the season for your Toronto Rams. It's looking up, we're improving, we're getting better all over the board, and it's our best season yet. They haven't given me a season score, I guess because the playoffs haven't happened yet, so maybe I'll get back to you once that playoffs is over, and once I've moved Orzorco back to the IL. The Orioles are World Series champions. My season score is 1 once again, and the season is over. Toussaint finds Rodolfo Medina, who is not going to be somebody I ever say their name of again. New budget is $180 million. Contract extended because he has to. The review of the goals. Still on the roster. Very upset about Medina. He was really good for us this year. Pitched the most innings he's ever had and had the first time above 100 ERA+. Team records not happy. Upgrade possession, no. Acquire a player. Fan interest long term. He wants to improve on base, increase attendance, drafted players into the team. I'm trying. I'm working on it. Team chemistry, international amateur fines, building to reach the playoffs. Top prospects list, top minor league systems. Vicente Herrera is the number 1 prospect. For Vancouver, he played decently. Contreras is number 6. He had another struggle fest of a season in Dunedin, but he is working on it. Mungo is there. Cifuentes is there. Sampson is there. This dude is ready. He's ready for some MLB action. Batting stats as well. He's cooking in AA. I'll have him playing in the majors halfway through next season probably, because I want to manipulate his time a little bit But CJ Sampson is going to be dominant for us at the big league level very soon. And we have the number one minor league system by far. And this is when we start to see the ball rolling in the right direction for our team. And other news, arbitration, I guess I'll do that and figure that stuff out, as I also sign a couple of staff. I have just also traded Luis Medina to the Brewers. I know he was an all-star, but I had to get his about to be $12 million off the books. As a Blue Jay, he was uninspiring his first season, didn't get a win. This season he was an all-star. He got us 2 WAR, but 2 WAR just really isn't worth it for a 33-year-old starting pitcher who is, getting worse and who our owner really does not want on the team. So I had to pull the trigger, get rid of Medina. We're going to have starting pitchers coming through, and he's just not really in our future. I was really happy when we signed him. I thought we had signed, the best guy ever. Just didn't really work out for us. I finished the contract that I signed, and it's now time for him to join the Brewers. I don't know. I'm his time was decent in Toronto, I guess. Just not really what I'd had hoped he could be, but he ends as a 3 WAR player for us. We basically spent $40 million for 3 WAR, so not the greatest. Anyways, I think it's about time we do a season recap. Obviously, we've already gone over Medina, how good he was for us, being our all-star, but just check out some other of our best guys here. Jung Ho Kim as a starting pitcher, really quite good his first season for us. He had 3 WAR, which is more WAR than Medina had this year, so that's something to keep in mind. Really good. He's going to be back next season, maybe even as our starter, Juan Cervantes, 2 WAR as well from him. He's getting better slowly but surely. Did let in the most home runs in the MLB, which isn't great, but also had one of the most amount of strikeouts in the league. So, you give and you take a little bit. Hopefully Cervantes can grow in home runs allowed, though. If we can boost that up to a 50, I think that would be something that is going to help him a lot. And then Jesus Carrillo, his 3rd or 4th season with us now. Last season was much better for him, but still positive WAR. Not really sure how that's possible. Just eats up innings is what he does. And he'll continue to do that for us. On the other side of the ball, Kazuo Kimura, our most productive hitter. He was really, really good for us. He slugged really well, hit some home runs. OPS high, didn't play a ton of games. Got injured a little bit. He is fragile. But his second season, Kimura's growing a little bit better. Dae Ho Kim at catcher. He played 25 games for us, was WAR positive, 1 WAR there. Played really good as a catcher. Struck out 36 times in 25 games. He would have been a lot more if he played the whole year for us. And then finally, Fidel Orzorco, who was our other catcher, who just got injured. Also just a positive player because of his defense. So we really need to get some hitters, and hopefully there'll be some available for us to pick up. Cheng Zi, -4 WAR, even though he batted better than some of these other guys. Just not enough other production from the lineup. Strikeouts, we were 3rd. That's a positive. Home runs, we're 13th. That's basically entirely due to our pickup in the off season of Rodolfo Morales. Our ERA was the worst everywhere else, and base running still not the worst, still pretty bad. We've got places to grow, but we should have just a little bit amount of money to sign some players and bring up some players that'll improve us for next season. So that is your season recap for the 2029 MLB season for your Toronto Rams. This is the international pool that I'm going to be going with for, the, the next international amateur free agency window. Clive Otkin, first time I've seen a English Welsh player in this game. Constantly studying. I might just have to get him because he's Welsh and I'm Welsh. That just might have to be how it goes. Other than that, a very good class for Dominican players, so I may also look to grab some of them. As for some awards, Rodolfo Morales got 30 votes for Rookie of the Year in the American League, but Max Clark is the one who does take it home from the World Series winning Baltimore Orioles. Morales, though, finishes 4th in voting. So, I think that was a pretty good pickup for me for about $6 million per year. Hopefully he's able to continue that home run production, but we'll have to see. This is how arbitration panned out for us with all our different guys. Nobody getting over $4 million. I'm happy to pay all these guys just to sit there because, we have to pay some people a little bit, and, that's what it's going to cost to keep Wilson Morales on the team. Is Morales the one he wants traded? That would be pretty funny if that was the guy he wanted traded. I guess it's not an issue anymore, so whatever. Drafted players, 2 drafted, -2 WAR, so I'm doing really good on that front. Let's get to some free agency filings, and I'll show you guys who looks good to me. This is the contract I'm offering to Akira Yoshioka, or a second baseman, somebody who's interesting to me. He's just going to be a starter for us, and hopefully he can be replacement level at second base. That's going to be a big upgrade for us at second base. He's durable. He wants about $3 million. That's what I'm going to give him. And Japanese second baseman, right-handed batter, good power, good eye, contact and avoid Ks needs to be up. But with low scouting accuracy, who knows how good he could be. And another player who's pretty impressive. Can I afford him? Yoshiyuki Amano. The OSA, my head scout says he's better than the OSA does, and maybe that'll make him available to me to sign here. And I'm going to be able to sign him. I'll be back once I have a good deal for him. Taped up. This is the offer I've sent to Yoshiyuki Amaro. $9 million and then $12 million. It's a 9-year deal. I'm submitting that offer. Hopefully I don't have to up it too much. If not, I'm just gonna. If I do, I'm just gonna send him $3 more million this year. But we'll see if we can get Amano, who should be a staple in our starting rotation for years to come. If we do get him, but I'm sure we will. Amano, ground ball pitcher, not super high velocity, but I think a good pitcher to have, and not so many opportunities come around to get a guy like this, so we should really sign him up when we can. And that's going to do it for our free agents. I'll let you know how it goes with the negotiations. Yoshiyuki Amano has inked the deal and is joining Toronto in the future. Let's see what highly regarded talent's expected to make an extra spark to the Rams roster. I think that's an upgrade if I'm spending $12 million on Amano instead of Medina. I think that's an upgrade that I can be very happy with. And a couple of other guys signing. I'm just gonna check whether or not we got our we did, and so we've also got ourselves that second baseman I was talking about. Just should be a replacement level guy for us in the future. And so with all that said and done, let's move on to some more off-season stuff, and I'll let you know if anything piques my interest. Well, the lottery results have been announced, and we are looking to be drafting 7th in this year's draft, so not the same luck as we had last year. just finished the Rule 5 draft and forgot to click record, but anyway, nobody got poached from us, so that's the Rule 5 draft. Done. And I ended up going with one of the Dominicans, Luis Valdez, nicknamed The Great. A left fielder, good contact, good power. Just a nice blend here. Could definitely see him in the corner outfield for us in the future, and he was the best player with the best skills, and I thought I would just jump at the opportunity to get him. The English Welsh guy didn't really turn out to be that special, so Luis Valdez, or Valadez, it is. And that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time, or next half a year, next year. We are in 2030 now, and we're starting to get the ball rolling, and we're starting to get better. Thanks for watching. Look at my socials, do what you need to do. And, yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.